Hey everybody, this is Grant with System X Ceramic Coating Service in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. I have this F-150 that I'm in the process of performing some paint correction on. So in certain lighting you can just see defects in the paint, like these swirl marks. And then up here, there was actually a kayak that the owner had bumped against the paint while taking it out of the bed. So that's one of my main focuses, and because of stuff like this, as well as some other heavy scratches around, like as you can see right down here, that heavy scratch is the reason that I'm going to start with a heavy cutting pad. So I already got my pad here and I spritzed some water on it. I'm going to demonstrate how I do that. Just a few sprays of water, and then I'm going to put my heavy cut compound on the pad, and instead of just going right at it, I'm actually going to do what we call priming the pad, which means I'm going to spread this compound around so that it's evenly distributed. Even though I spritzed it with water, we just want to make sure no areas of this pad are dry. So we want nice, even, consistent results. So I'm adding extra compound. Normally you're not going to put this much on the pad except for when you're first loading or priming the pad. So I'm going to spread that compound out, dab it around on the area that I want to buff, and then I'm going to proceed to buff the area. So here's what your pad should look like after it's been primed. I actually use one of my spare business cards to spread this stuff around. You can use your finger, but that gets messy, obviously. Those business cards are like 5 cents each, so it's a perfect tool for spreading this stuff evenly. So now I'm going to actually show you how I go about buffing a panel like this. So as you can see, I'm focusing on the areas with the heaviest defects a little extra. And I'm also being mindful of this decal. I don't want to buff with a whole lot of pressure or repetition or heat this up too much. Obviously I didn't tape it off, and I did buff over it a little bit, which is fine. You just don't want to go too hard on anything delicate like that. I like to have my handy water bottle on deck at all times, not just to keep the pad wet, but to help me wipe the compound off as well, because you will likely encounter situations where the compound is getting dry and it's just sticking to the paint and it's hard to wipe off. So a little spritz of water can make life a lot easier in those situations. So after wiping it off, you can check your progress and repeat as necessary. And it seems to me like the main defects have faded somewhat, but they're going to need another hit, so I'm going to repeat that process until those defects are faded to a satisfactory level. Hey,